Every Who teaching at Midlow liked the holidays a lot. But the Grinch, Mr. Abel, most certainly did not. Mr. Abel hated the holidays, the whole holiday season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. But for whatever the reason, he stood there at Midlow hating the Who's, staring out from his office with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm-lighted hallways and the classrooms around. For he knew every Who teaching at Midlow was busy right now, hanging their lights and their wreaths with no frowns.
And now they're handing out cards.
He snarled with a sneer.
Soon it's winter break. It's practically here.
Then he growled, with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming.
I must stop the holidays from coming.
For tomorrow he knew all the Who girls and boys would be exiting the parking lot significantly early. But before they would leave, every Who, tall and small, would stand close together. With bells they'd be ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. And the more the Grinch remembered hearing the Who's holiday song, the more the Grinch thought,
why, for 40 plus years, I've put up with it now. I must stop the holidays from coming. But how?
Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
I know just what to do. I'll make a quick Santa Claus hat and coat.
And he chuckled and chuckled.
What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I'll look just like Saint Nick. All I need are some reindeer.
So he called up his sidekicks, Miss Bose and Miss Baber, and tied up big horns on the top of their heads. Then he picked up their bags and headed straight towards the door. All the hallways were quiet. No one knew they were coming.
This is the first stop.
The old Grinchy Claus hissed.
These cards,
he grinned,
are the first things to go.
Then he slithered and slunk around the whole room, and he took candy, cards, markers, and pens, and he stuffed them in bags till no more could fit in. Then he slunk to the workroom, where he took the Who's feast. He took all the candy canes. He took all the wreaths.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel.
You're as cuddly as a cactus and as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
And now,
Grinned the Grinch.
I'll stuff up the tree.
And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Molly Lou Who, the sweetest of Who's. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who teacher.
Why? Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our tree, Santa Claus?
Why, my sweet smiling teacher, there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear, and I'll fix it right up there and I'll bring it back here.
And his fib fooled the teacher. Then he patted her head and sent her away. On the walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the kitchen was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. The Grinch dragged the bags of goodies outside and they waited.
They're finding out now, the holidays, they're not coming. I know just what they'll say. The mouths will hang open for a minute or two. And then the Who's teaching at Midlow will all cry, boo-hoo! That is the sound I simply must hear.
And the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising out through the doors. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every who inside Midlow, the tall and the small, was still singing their carols without presents at all. He hadn't stopped the holidays from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe the holidays, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened just then? Well, in Midlow they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his sidekicks to bring back the holidays with might. He brought back the cards and the candy, the trees and the wreaths. The Grinch even sang with the Who's before the big feast.
The horse was leaning like misfortune seemed its lot. We got into a drifted bag and we got upset.
From then on out, the Grinch was very happy. He sang, danced, and most importantly, had a happy holiday with the Who's. And this is the story of how the Grinch stole Christmas.
Happy holidays from Midlothian High School.